Welcome to Joy Dollar Fashion Guide. I am Jijo. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to draft a two-piece corset. You want to know how to draft this corset? Watch this video to the end. And before you do that, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please quickly click on the subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, I thank you very much for supporting this channel. Now to the pattern. These are the items you are working with. You are going to be using this brown paper and pencil. We need a tape, our scissors, and of course our ruler. And then you need a marker. Marker is optional. You can use your pencil. So these are the measurements we are working with. The shoulder is 16. The bust is 38. The underbust is 32. The waist is 33. So the bust, the underbust, and the waist, we are dividing that by 4. Hope you are familiar with that by now. And then the armhole depth is 7.8. The shoulder to the bust point we are working with is 11.5. The shoulder to underbust is 15, and then the shoulder to waist is 18. So quickly we are going to roll out our vertical lines. So I'm going to be using here as my starting line. I'll just roll a straight line. So this becomes a shoulder line. I'm using here as my shoulder line. So mark our shoulder to bust point 11.5, shoulder to underbust 15, and shoulder to waist 18. We'll repeat same here so that you can roll out a straight line. Eleven and a half, 15, and 18. So connect that with a straight line. So let's just label what we have. This is our shoulder line. This is our shoulder. This is our bust point, our underbust, and then our waist, or the waist. First of all, we'll just draft out the basic bodies, and from there we do our corset. So we mark the shoulder. Note, I'm not adding any seam allowance to this, so I'm taking the exact. But you are transferring pattern to fabric, then you can add the seam allowance. Shoulder is 8. We are using a shoulder width of a neck width of 3.5 and a neck depth of 3.5. So this will be useful to you if your corset is going to have a yoke, so you can use this part as your yoke. And then on the shoulder line, 1 inch for our shoulder slants. We take our armhole depth 7.8, which is 7 3/4, like 7.75. So at this point, we also mark the shoulder measurement, the shoulder divided by 2. We will connect it. Make sure to draw the correct line. Disregard this. So this is a correct line. So on that line, we take the mid shoulder depth, our armhole depth. We take the midpoint so that I get our shoulder slope. So this line that we have marked here, 8 3/4, we'll repeat it here so we can have a straight line. So this is our chest line. This is our chest line. That is our chest line. Don't forget, this is our bust line. This is under bust, and this is the waistline. So on this chest line, we'll mark our bust circumference divided by 4, so that we can get where the armhole curve will end. So with our French curve, just connect that to this midpoint. If you do not have a French curve, from this corner, come out by 1 inch like this, and then just use your free hand to try to connect that. Try to connect that like so. Okay, you see it's still the same when you use the armhole. See, it's still the same. So the next thing we are going to impute now is our bust span. So the bust span measurement is I have a video on formulas and calculation. The easiest to get the bust span is the chest is the bust circumference divided by 4 minus 2. Our bust circumference divided by 4 is 9.5. You simply subtract 2 from that and you have 7.5. So I'm going to mark the 7.5 is the bust span. That is from one bust to another bust. The distance is 7.5. Our paper is on fold, so we are going to be dividing that by 2. So simply fold your tape from the beginning, fold it to get to where you have the 7.5 mark, and see what you have there. So you're going to have 3 3/4, which is 3.75. So just mark that on the chest line, on the bust line, on the under bust, on the waistline. Just mark it all the way down, and then we connect with a straight line. So having done that, we check the distance that you have between the bust line and the under bust line. Here we have 3.5. So this 3.5, we are going to mark it round in a circular manner. You can start from any side you want to start, but the most important thing is that we are going around. So just watch me closely with the tape like this. The tape should not leave this bust line. As you are moving it, you'll be marking. See, it's still at the corner. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed. So we have a circle round. Okay, this is what we have. Let me just sketch that out with free hands. So that you can see what we have. So, hope you can see that. So this is what we have. I've used the marker to highlight what we have. Okay. Now, before we go ahead to do this, let me just quickly talk about this place so I don't forget. You are going to determine how deep you want your neckline to be. Remember that this is chest line, and the depth of this chest line is 8.75. So you're going to determine how covered you want your bust to be. Okay, so you can decide to have a neck depth of let's say 7 inches. Now you know that by this, at this point, so if you are using your yoke, this is where the yoke is going to go through. Okay, 7 inches. Okay, and then the next thing is to determine where the neckline of the corset is going to start. Because the corset is usually like a sweetheart neckline. On these 7 inches, you mark 7 inches. You can come down by 1 inch. Okay, and then we'll also determine the wideness of this mid part. The wideness of this mid part. I'm going to be using 1/2 inch. Remember that this paper is on fold. If you mark 1/2 inch, it means that when it is opened, you are going to have a distance of 1 inch. Okay, so when you are transferring to fabric, remember to add seam allowance to that. So you can add 0.25 seam allowance or 0.5. So you just connect this and see what it looks like. So this is going to be the middle. So the neckline is going to start from here. The neckline is going to start from here. Okay, so we can extend this line, this that line. We can extend it up. Okay, so let's quickly complete the neckline. Just put using the French curve, just connect this to this line. so that it comes like this and just bend it in, so it will come like this. That this is space in between the corset, and then the neckline will start like this. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is to take our dart. We are going to be marking our dart. I'm going to be taking 1 inch on both sides. So 1 inch on both sides of the chest line. Let's mark that and see. Take 1 inch here, 1 inch here. So we want this place to be free, this bust area. So we just go up by 1/2 inch and then connect to this, to the dart. You can use the French curve to do that. So that is that. Okay. And then we also do the same for the underbust. 1 inch on both sides. We go down from this bust area by 1/2 inch and we'll do the same. Okay, so having done that, we are going to, this line, we are going to blend it to this place, so you ignore this. Guys, you know we are leaving 1/2 inch here, so from this 1/2 inch we'll connect it to this point. Like so, and then this point we are going to connect it. You can actually connect it to meet you can connect it to meet here. Let's see what it looks like first. Okay, so disregard this. And then let's come this way. You know that we went here by 1/2 inch, so automatically this part is now reduced, this part of the breast. So we need to fill it up here. And you also know that the bust towards the armhole area is fuller. Okay, so to be on a safe point, on a safe side, so that we do not have any tight so that the breast can relax, so we just come out by 1 inch, and then we use our French curve to connect from here to this point and from here to this point. So, and then I'll just connect this to this chest line. So this is what we have. Okay, now this upper side we are going to, know that we cannot leave it like this, so we are going to blend this neckline. We are going to blend it in a way that it will end on this armhole. So that means you can actually extend this line. Okay, to be on the safe side, this upper line, let's take the 1 inch dart so you'll not be confused. 1 inch, 1 inch. So disregard this other one. Then from there, mark it to this first point. So I'll just erase the other one so that we won't be confused. Okay. So on this side now, I cannot connect from here to this point. So I'll erase this other line. Okay, so this is what we have from here. Now just use the fresh curve to connect this towards the armhole area like this, towards the armhole. Remember that we do not want our chest to be exposed. That is why we have extended this upward. So the distance from here to here is 7. Okay, so up to here is 8. So if you want, so it depends on what you want. If you know that you are okay with these 8 inches, then you don't need to extend the neckline to these 7 inches. You just stop at this 8 inches. But if you know that you want the bust area to cover up, so you can use this 7 inches. Okay, so if for example you are using this 8 inches, that means this is where the neckline, that means from the shoulder here to this 8 inches is going to be exposed from here like this. Okay, that means you will not ignore this upper side. You will not ignore here. You will not ignore all this one. Okay, it means that from here, this is where the neckline, this is where your corset is going to pass through. But if you do not want it to be exposed, then you can go up and make use of this 7 inches line. I hope it is clear. Okay, so let's just leave it like this. Then it means that you are going to adjust this neckline. Okay, so you just blend this neckline into this place since you don't want to use this one again. And use your free hand like this. means that on this line you are coming down. Okay, so this is the 8 inches where you have this curve. So from there you can go down by 1.5, and then it starts from here like this and come into here, if that is what you want, and then you ignore this side, and then from here you try to blend into the armhole. So this is where the armhole is going to be for the corset, not this. Okay, so I'll just use the marker to highlight what we want so that we won't be confused. Remember, this was our middle line. This was the dart line. This line here was the dart line. So that was the dart line, and then we took 1 inch on both sides. 1 inch on both sides. 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, and here 1 inch on both sides. 1 inch, 1 inch. And then we use our curved ruler. Like this. Okay, we also do the same here. I hope it's clearer now. And then we took 1/2 inch, because this is the center front. We took 1/2 inch on that line. We took 1/2 inch and wrote a straight line. Okay, so we'll blend from here into the line. And also connect this part. Okay, and then we extended this out by 1 inch because we have reduced the bust here and the bust is fuller towards the armhole. We extended it by 1 inch and we connected that to this place. Like this. So when we are cutting, this is where we are going to cut. We will not cut this. Okay, and then we extended this line upward to meet the chest area, like so. Okay, so this part, then this part, and of course, after we have finally arrived at the neckline that we wanted to have, we blend it into this place and then we connected to the armhole area. So this is our corset part. So if you are going to have a yoke, this part will not be your yoke. This will be the yoke part. So before we cut out this pattern to see what we have, we still have one more thing. This dart, we took a dart on the underbust. We are going to repeat same on the waistline. The 1 inch dart, we also repeat it on the waist. 1 inch here, 1 inch here. They will connect with a straight line, the under bust to like so. So we are going to cut out this part. We're going to cut out this part. We are going to also cut out this part. Okay? We ignore this line. We are going to cut like this. You will see it when we cut it, what it looks like. So before we cut, we just impute the bust measurement. This is the bust line. Let me extend the line a bit. That is the bust line, that is the under bust, and that is the waistline. I hope it is clear so far. So I've explained this part. If you want it higher, you just, the way you want it to stop, you just extend. You can just extend this dart line to that point, okay, and then mark out your neckline to pass there. Just mark out your neckline to pass there and connect it to this side. This is what I mean. Just extend it like this. And just extend it if you want it to be here. Then that means from here you come down by 1.5. Assuming you want it to be this way, then you just connect. You just connect like this, like this. This, and come back to the armhole. So if you want a higher one, use this. You use this like this. But this is the one we are working with, so we are using this. So the bust is 9.5. That is the bust divided by 4. You have 9.5. There is no dart to take here, but there is a 2-inch dart here. So these 2 inches dart, we're going to replace it on this armhole line. 2 inches, you replace it there, so that we don't have any shortage. Okay, so we have taken our 9.5. The under bust, 32 divided by 4, we have 8, and then we took a dart of 2 inches, so we are going to add that. Okay, and then on the waistline, waist 33, that is 8.25. Mark that. Then this dart, 2 inches dart, I'm going to add it to it. So connect these lines. Okay, so remember that we've not added our allowance, so this line, you can just take it down. You can just take this line down. You just take this line down. So that is all. So we are going to be cutting here. So let's cut out the yoke part first. So if you are going to have a yoke, this is the part you would have used. You just cut out the neck and the shoulder seam. So this will be the yoke. Okay. So let's keep this aside. So one more thing, before you cut out, you just label your pattern. So that when you want to join, you don't have any problem. This is 1, this is 2. Then this is center front. This is our center front. And this is our side front. You just repeat. Side front, center front. This is 1, this is 2. So before you cut it out, you place this on another pattern to cut the back so that they'll have the same length. So we're going to be using this as the back pattern. It's supposed to be on fold. I'm short of paper right now, so just assume that this is on fold. Then you place this on top. Okay. Then we are going to mark the zip allowance. The zipper allowance. And just use 1.5. You can use 1 inches depending on you. So this is our zipper. That is our zipper allowance. Okay. So just this is where the just mark. This is where the ignore these parts. Okay. So this is where the line is going to be at the back, and then so let's just cut out these excess. So you place it on it like this. This is the front part. Place it on it like this. This is zipper allowance, and then just mark where you have the center dot. This is where you have that dot. Just mark it. You can also measure it if you don't want to mark like that. You can also measure it. It was 3.75. So connect this. The back dart is just like the regular dart. You take half each on both sides. If you like, you can decide to make yours 1 inch, and then we connect this. Let's connect it. So this side and this side, they correspond, because that's where you're going to be joining. So the next thing is for you to determine the neck, how deep you want the back to be. Determine how deep you want the back to be. Remember that this front, the depth of the front, the depth of this front is 9.5. If you want it deeper, depends on what you want. Okay, so you can decide that you can decide to leave it straight like this. Just leave it straight, or if you want it deeper, you can go down by how many inches you want deeper. Let's say 1 inch, and then you connect it to the edge. You now connect it to the edge. You now connect it to the edge. Like this. You now connect it to the edge. So, and then what is left is to impute the bust and the waist. So let's just mark where the bust line is. This line is already the waist, so let's identify where the bust line is. So this is our bust line here. This is the bust line. We do not have under bust at the back, so just connect this line. So this line. So the next thing to do is to put your bust circumference on that line. Your bust circumference. Don't forget the measurement you are working with. 9.5. This small dart here, 1/4. We add it. And then the waistline. When you are taking your bust circumference, remember that you will not add the zipper line. So it's after the zipper you are going to take it. This is after the zipper line. So you also take the waist circumference like that. The darts that you have taken out, the 1 inch that you added. And you connect the lines together. So this is our exact measurement. While this side, you can use it as your same allowance. And of course, after sewing, if there is any excesses, you can always trim it off. So let's just cut out our pattern and see what it looks like. So label this back so that you don't mix it up. This is center. You know that there are going to be two. So you should have another one of this, and then you cut here open. Okay, so this is center back, and this is side back, one, two. So that when you are joining, you know how you place it, so you don't mix them up. You just label it and then you cut. So this is our back pattern. So let's cut out the front pattern. The AC fan is disturbing the pattern. That is why the paper case folding. So this is our center front. This is our side front. Center front, side front. Then we also label it 1, 2, so you know how to sew it. So let's see how to cut it. So you're going to cut it out, following here like this. Okay. So this way you are going to follow this one. And then you spin to hold the papers together. So we are going to follow here. Just blend out this part. So we are going to cut here. Let's cut this part first. So let's cut out this cup. So this is how, then this part, just blend it. So this is one. Also this part, if you don't want any, when this is paper, just try to blend it. So this is what we have. This is side. I'll just open it up for us to see what it looks like. So this is center front, and then this is the side front. Side front. This is also side front. This is side front. Side front right. Okay, and then this is side front left. This is right. You have to label your patterns well so that you don't mistake it. So this and this. So you stitch here together, you also stitch here together. Let me just bring pins to hold them together. So this is what it looks like after using pin to hold it. And then this part, let me explain something. This is for the right breast. So the right, this is for the right side. This is for the right side. The right side. No, this is towards the armhole area. So the smaller one is on this side, while the wider one is on the armhole area. So when you turn it again, for the left side, this becomes number 1, and then this becomes number 2. So don't mix them up. Don't go and do like this, and mix it up. So this side is the right side. So you can write right, right, right. Okay, that is 1, 2, and then this side is the left side. Or better still, when you want to cut your pattern, after cutting out the pattern, leave after cutting out your fabric, leave the pattern paper on top of the fabric, so that will also help you to remember. Okay, so this and this go together. This and this go together, and then this and this go together. And this is paper, we have to be careful. Don't forget that this is paper, so that is why it's like this. So you're going to have something like this. So it is paper. So this should be for this side. This should be for this side, and this should be for this side. Okay. So this should be for this side. And then if you need a yoke for your corset, the one that will cut out, you can use it. If you want a yoke. So if you want a yoke, this is what it will look like. Okay, without the yoke, this is what we have. This is what we have without the yoke. Okay, and then This is our back party. This is zipper side. You see why you need to label it. Center back, center side. So if I have not labeled it, I would have made a mistake and do like this. But because I've labeled it 1, 2, center back, center side back, so it becomes easy. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope you find these tutorials useful. Give me a thumbs up and leave comments, nice comments below, telling me how you see this class. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. I'll see you again in another video.